Now we know that men today are expressing that they don't want to deal with single mothers.
I do have 3 kids.
Many
So we're gonna go check out why they popped, okay?
You really had us go down the line. Actually, we ain't had no kids and you got 3.
That's a good point.
It wasn't more so do you have kids. I don't mind a guy having kids. It's more so are you in love with your ex. I don't have those issues with my child's fathers. Like, they've moved on. We all co-parent really good. So I don't want to go into a situation where a guy has kids with someone and he's still in love with, with his BM.
Hey, how many baby fathers do you have?
I just have 2.
Yeah,
one I was
2.
engaged to, one I was married to.
Okay, yeah. But even then, like I said, I don't even think, if I care about you, I have to care about them in a certain sense.
Here I come. Oh, here I come.
But I don't have any of my own.
Why we cannot question our mothers? Because we can't question God and Mama God. Why daughters can't go to their mom and say, Mama, you failed me? You know what your mom, who you talking to? You disrespected.
Why'd you tell your dad I was cheating on him, Leilani? That ain't your business. And it damn sure ain't your place as a child.
First of all...
Look, girl, who is you talking to?
First of all, you're making it my business by taking me to the guy house that you cheating on my dad with.
Damn!
You are a married woman, and I'm just a child, and I'm still more lawyer than you.
How is it disrespectful for me to tell you the truth? See, a lot of what we don't understand, these problems we have with our women out here is because it's the same attitude we got from our mother.
I had a conversation with my brother, and he was talking about how detrimental it is for boys to be raised by a single mom. And I was like, yeah, but sometimes that can't be helped, and that's just, the way that it goes. And I was like, and I think that it's really that society villainizes, single moms as if like the mom became single on her own, right?
Our mothers produce the bad men and women that we see out here in this world. Because guess what? If all these kids are being born in a single mother household, how you gonna blame the man?
It's a damn good question.
We were talking a little bit more, and he was like, the thing that women don't understand that makes it very detrimental to their sons when they're raising them on their own is that a woman cannot give a young man the challenges that he needs to become a man.
Well, why not?
And I was like, what do you mean by that? And he was like, masculinity has to be challenged. Masculinity has to be challenged the way that femininity has to be protected. And a woman cannot challenge a man. So as his mom, you cannot challenge that boy. I'm still his mom. So yes, like I do challenge my son. I don't just give things to him. I make him work for. And he was like, no, you cannot challenge him in the way that a man would challenge him, because the second that he feels like he's above your authority, there will come a day, in teenage years when that happens, that is when you can no longer challenge him as a man. Because
every day it's the same shit with you. It's the same shit with you.
I don't care.
You need to, why are you running up on me like that? Why are you running up on me like that? You are too young to be acting like that.
So what?
You know what? I'm gonna call the police.
Call whoever you want to call.
I'm gonna call the police.
Because he will not see you as his equal. He will see you as like, you're a woman, so you're beneath me. And that is when a man in his life that is strong, it is necessary to challenge him, to make him stand on what the he said or what the hell he's trying to do, and prove to me that you're a man, basically. And a woman cannot do that. And I had never heard somebody explain that in that way.
What up, gents? Welcome to TSG Uncut. I'm your host, Sean C. When I saw this video clip of a woman who actually, stated some points that we normally hear in this discussion, I was like, oh, well, here we go again. Hopefully more single moms can hear the message the way this woman just did. I don't have a problem with single moms. I don't think that single moms should be single and lonely. I don't believe that either. And to think that there's not going to be any problems or any fallouts because of the choices that she made in her life, that is a little delusional. Most men are waking up and it's not ideal. Other than this woman's revelation, I intend to show you the problems that single moms are having raising our kids. We have a lot to talk about today. Do me a favor, hit that like button. And with that being said, let's get started.
That's why we bring it back to the Willie Lynch letters. We're going to hyper-masculate the woman, and then we're going to emasculate the black man. And that was the agenda. So now, right?
So it's a problem?
I'm not here to pass judgment. Only God can do that.
It's a problem.
I'm here to give information. A woman has a particular role, and if she doesn't play that role, there's no family or no family structure. A man, the black man, has a role he has to play. If he doesn't play that role, there's no family or family structure. So you've been taught you're maintaining a child is raising a child as a single mother. Oh, food, clothes, and shelter, it's not raising a child. That's maintaining a child.
So how come I'm done? Because we are the where's my mama's bed? Y'all got bed bugs? No, we don't got bed bugs. So you told us that the other day. No, I don't got bed bugs. You said we got bed bugs, but don't judge because we about to move.
Damn shame.
No, it's an autistic baby at home by himself. You're trifling. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I still got all those inboxes, all that. You better clean this bitch up, get some heat in this bitch, and hope they don't come get these kids. Because they just come get these bitch kids.
Getting online with a filthy ass house, with a boatload of fucking kids, being a horrible ass parent is the new way to come up. I just saw that young girl that's 26 with 6 kids and 1 on the way. And I remember that white lady that had all them damn kids and they were sleeping on the kitchen floor. I'm so fucking disgusted. I come from that. I was born into that. And to see all these fucking adults online justifying this shit and saying don't judge is bullshit. Nobody talks about how traumatizing that shit is to the kid.
To raise a child, you need man and woman in that household. You need a coalition of masculine and feminine energy working simultaneously together. But just because you get support from the government, you mistake the maintenance as the raising, and then now the child is f***ed up.
I feel like a lot of the times that's because y'all aren't stepping up and doing what y'all need to do. A woman is not necessarily asking for her baby's father to be locked up, for his driver's license to be taken, so on and so forth. What she's trying to do is she's trying to find a way to support her child. And during that process, the state is so far up her in her business that she has no choice but to disclose who the father is. And the state goes after him because the state likes to see more of our black men in jail.
I get paid $12 an hour, right, to clean up trash. I'm gonna go out to Bentley tomorrow and buy me a Bentley. Is it smart for me to go out to Bentley and buy a car that I cannot afford? And no, I can't afford it.
No, absolutely not.
Okay, so, and when I can't afford the payments on this car that I bought, that I chose to buy, what are they gonna do to the car?
They're gonna repossess it.
Exactly. So why do women choose to have children if they can't f***ing afford them?
I want women to speak up about this. I want women to tell us why we shouldn't be critical of these women who are single moms, who are having all these kids but can't take care of them. Why isn't women exposing this about other women? And the reason that they aren't is because something in this sister code is these women got to always be right. Make sure you check out my video about how women say they always right. But here's my point. Women do not want to be held accountable. And part of that is a lot of them growing up in households without men. And a lot of these women who can't handle being in a household without a man helping them to raise their kids, without their own husband, their own man, somebody that is stable in those kids' life, is that we're starting to see a lot of modern women, a lot of these single moms, they are crashing out. And this is probably one of the most underreported things that I've seen. And that's what we're going to talk about next.
As a parent to 3 daughters, I could not imagine leaving my daughters alone at the ages of 7 and 10 for any period of time, much less for 3 days to travel to Miami. You allege that you flew to Miami at the last minute to accompany a friend who was having elective cosmetic surgery, liposuction, and you also stated you were paid to do so. This explanation strains credulity.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Those were the final cries of a 16-month-old child calling for her mother, who left her home alone for 10 days while she went on vacation.
What is wrong with you?
And after she returned home and found her daughter deceased, her first instinct was to try to cover it up.
Y'all, I thought I was cute. I started to record and my daughter called me ugly. Watch till the end.
Ugly.
Watch your motherfucking mouth. Get the fuck out my goddamn room. Your little grown motherfucking ass. Now you fucking ugly.
This bitch is not all that.
Look at those
babies. Look at those babies. Their whole body father in the picture. A mother who slowly cooked her 2 toddlers and sent their father a video of their bodies has been sentenced to life in prison.
Starting to see what the fuck these men are talking about. Women can get away with aborting a fetus, murder, but a man can't get away with abandoning a child. All of those comments on that post are one-sided, and they are only on for the women's side. No one gives a fuck about a man's feelings unless he's giving you some money and some dick.
Some of the stuff that you all just heard is some of the most disgusting shit that I've heard. I don't understand why you all will lay down with a dude knowing that he's not good for you and have that man's baby. You prioritize the men who have shown that they ain't shit. But the reason why we come at some of these single moms is because at what point do women take accountability of the choices of who they lay with? Do men have blame for who they lay down with? Yes, but they do not control access. You all control access, ladies. You all can control who you lay down with. Whenever women tell other women that it's okay, that their choices are okay, go sleep with as many people as you want to, there's no consequences. There are absolutely consequences because a lot of y'all was not ready for the thing that you signed up for. And I'm gonna tell you right now, most of the type of dudes that are creating the majority of kids, particularly and especially in the black community, we know those dudes aren't ready, but those are the ones that y'all attracted to. There is no one to blame but yourself.
Bro, fathers are more important than the mothers.
You just said fathers more important than mothers, man. You better break that down.
What's the first connection? Which parent does the child have a connection with first?
You would think mother, right?
Yeah, you would think that.
Right.
Even scientifically.
Yeah.
You know what we all are? Developed sperm. Where does that sperm come from? The man.
Yeah.
That child had, why you think so many people have daddy issues?
There are a lot of overgrown men and women out here who have not had a relationship with their father, not because their father was a deadbeat dad, not because their father abandoned them, not because their father went out and got cigarettes and never came back, no, because their mother was bitter, angry, vindictive, she was mad, she was petty, and she kept the child away from their father.
I was pregnant.
Yeah, you was pregnant.
And he wasn't acting right. He was cheating. He treated me like I was nothing my whole night. Listen to me. He didn't deserve to be in your life. Then once he wasn't there for your birth, the gender reveal, he wasn't there for shit.
So that mean keep my daddy away from me because of the way he treated you?
It's not because of just how he treated me. It's just that I knew that he was going to be in and out your life.
Oh, you didn't let me decide that?
I didn't let you decide that because I didn't want you to go through that. You was too young to go through that. But now,
so you
since
took
you're
my
16,
daddy out of my life because of y'all relationship problems.
Yes, damn right. At one point in time, she was in love with him, but now since he didn't want her, since the relationship did not work, she wants to use the child or the children then against the father.
And we have made finance the major focus of our relationships with them. We have made the one thing that most of them don't even have be the criteria. We have been taught that if they do not give us money, that we are not to even allow them to be a father to their child. We have been taught that if he does not give us money, then he is not qualified to tell us what to do. We have been taught that if he does not give us money, that he doesn't have any rights in the home. It's whoever is making the money who has the rights. That's not our system. The black man provides more in a black home than just financial support. He provides direction, guidance, gratification, fulfillment, and discipline for our children.
Ladies, let me help you out with something. At some point in your child's life, they're going to grow up and they're going to get to know their father, and they're going to get to know the reason why their father was not in their life, the reason why the father never came to any awards, the reason why the father never came to any games, the reason why the father didn't come to graduation, couldn't walk them down the aisle, couldn't watch them get married, couldn't be there with their first child. And it's not because he was a deadbeat, it was because you were vindictive, selfish, inconsiderate, and you just felt like it was all about you and it wasn't about your children.
Now, men, don't think you was getting out of this either, because your influence on your children in that household is so important. Those kids look at you and they want to be like you. I remember one of the most proudest moments is when my son said, I want to be like you, Dad. I want to be like Superman, like my dad. And I was like, oh my God. You know what I mean? I had a brother damn near in tears, okay? That is one of the most proud moments. But what happens when your kid sees you doing something and they want to be like you? but you ain't who you should be. Then they end up like this.
So Junior's, his ski mask just came in the mail. Why you want a ski mask?
Because I wanted to.
Put it on, let me see. You gotta pull it over your face.
This?
Turn it around. There's a part where your eyes and stuff go through. He wanted a ski mask to be like him.
Like my daddy.
Like his daddy. What you think about your son wanting a ski mask? You don't like it? He got it on. That's your son.
More mad at myself. I'm more mad at myself that I allowed this shit to happen. I allowed this shit to happen because it's affecting my daughter. It's like the consequences of my fucking actions. Me ignoring everything that God was trying to show me day in and day out. I knew the type of person he already was.
What are your thoughts on today's video? I want to hear from you down in the comments below, and you're going to watch this video right here. Let me tell you something. This video is really good. Make sure you watch it all the way to the end. You won't regret it. Happy Friday, gents.